あの日、私があの人にしたことは後悔していない。
ありがとね。下手すれば死ぬとこだったよ。
でも、あの日私があの人に言った言葉は、
命を助けてもらったわけだし、基本何でもしてあげるよ。キスとかは？
後悔している。気持ち悪い。
With a cute and controversial premise, a wholesome couple set in a realistically told romantic plot, and a bunch of likable characters, one of the best romance animes out there is Koita Yobunai Wakamachi Warrior Koikimo. Its English title is It's Too Sick to Call This Love. Whether or not you like the premise of the show is subjective. But I'm not here to discuss its premise. Instead, we're going to be taking a look at a few more animes that share similarities with this heartwarming romantic anime. Without any further ado, let's jump right in.
よろしくな。手加減はしねえけど。
なんかヒーローっぽい。
Hitorajim My Hero is a yaoi anime that's similar to Koikimo. Masahiro Satagawa is a hopeless student, forced to do errands by neighborhood bullies. He is defenseless and thinks that no one will ever come to save him. However, his life takes a pleasant turn when he meets Kasuka Shiba, who is well known for beating people to pulp, which has garnered him a lot of fame on the streets. Surprisingly, he teaches Masahiro math. Masahiro has sworn to himself that he is not attracted to men. However, he's not so sure anymore. Masahiro's best friend, Kensuke, also begins to grow closer with the other two. But their everyday lives are suddenly made more complicated by the appearance of Kensuke's childhood friend, Asaya Hasakura, who now looks at him as more than just a friend. What confusions will these complicated feelings bring to their lives, and how will they resolve these? How about a girlfriend that's smaller than you, but still much more sadistic? Hachiaoji meets Nagatoro in the library one day while working on his manga. From then on, she has always called him sensei and teased him relentlessly. While he first finds her annoying, he begins to like the time he spends with her. Their relationship slowly develops into a friendship. However, things are bound to get fun when Hachiaoji finally begins to stand up for himself. Don't worry with me, Miss Nagatoro has yet another unusual romantic story. Not because of the ages, but because of the nature of the relationship between the couple. Love born out of bullying. Is it possible? Find out in this anime.
おい、そこの JK。こんな時間に何してんだ。家に帰れ。
じゃあ、ただで止めて。
あ。
Yoshida, a man working a typical office job, gathers his courage to ask out his longtime crush and boss. Unfortunately, she rejects him. In his dejected state, he decides to drown his sorrow by drinking. However, when he's headed back home, he meets someone that will end up changing his life forever. When he wakes up the following day, Yoshida finds a high school girl lying beside him in his bed. He later finds out that he foolishly allowed a runaway high school girl to stay at his place in his drunken stupor. After listening to her story, Yoshida isn't able to kick her out either. Thus, the two begin an unusual relationship living together. They soon learn that it won't be easy to live a life like this. But who needs easy when you have fun, right? The stories of both Hijihiro and Koikimo are unusual and follow an office-going man and high school girl. However, Hijihiro takes a more realistic and darker view, talking about societal issues like child abuse. But both rely on comedy and slice of life with romance to drive the story forward. Ever wondered how a romance between two otakus would play out? What if they're working at the same office? Wotakoi brings this exciting concept to your screen. We follow Narumi, late for her first day at work. She intends to hide from everyone in the office that she is actually an otaku. However, she bumps into an old friend from middle school, Hirataka. He slips out a detail that lets two other employees in on her secret. Thankfully, the two employees are otakus themselves. When Narumi and Hirataka go out for drinks, she starts talking about her past relationship with a guy who didn't want to date an otaku. Hearing this, Hirataka proposes to Narumi that the two of them, being otakus, date each other. He promises always to care and listen to her and help her farm rare items in a game. Win-win, right? With an entirely different setting, you'd think that these stories are entirely different. However,
運命の人だと思った。あなた以上の人なんて、どこにもいないよ。
Hanabi has held a long-time crush on her neighbor and childhood friend, Narumi. She is ecstatic to find out that he will be her new homeroom teacher. However, her luck doesn't seem to be so good, as the music teacher, Akane, begins a relationship with Narumi. Out of pure coincidence, Hanabi meets Mugi. He is just like her. He has had a crush on Akane, who had been his middle school tutor, but is heartbroken with the relationship she has recently struck up. As a result, Hanabi and Mugi form a bond. They seek to quench their thirst for unattained love in each other. Their relationship, which seems perfect to everyone else at school, is actually not as pure as it looks. What will come of this peculiar love?
立花明17歳高校2年生
近藤正美45歳ファミリーレストラン店長バツイチ
2人はお友達
Dealing with human feelings and their complications in the political setting of today's world can be challenging. After the Rain gives a very pragmatic look at how a relationship between an adult man and a high school girl would progress. We follow the life of Akira Tachibana. She was a high school track runner, but left the field and hasn't been able to run after a severe injury. While she is considered attractive by many classmates, she hasn't given away her heart to anyone yet. However, she does have a crush on the manager of Garden Cafe, the place where she works part-time. The man is 45-year-old Masami Kondo. Akira develops the courage to ask Masami out. But what's this one's a yaoi anime. Misaki Takahashi is trying to get into a university, but has little hope of doing so. He accepts help from his brother's best friend, Usami Akihiko, a famous author. Upon discovering that Usami actually writes naughty books, strange temptations begin to arise within Misaki. Moreover, Usami is secretly in love with Misaki as well. This anime also has multiple love stories, and each is interesting to view. Hiroki Kamiju's life has reached an all-time low, and he can't seem to get over the unrequited feelings he held for Usami. However, when Naoki Kusama falls in love with Hiroki, a complicated side of love is brought up. Naoki will do anything to make Hiroki happy. How will passion collide with tough love, and what will arise of it? Inu X Boku Secret Service follows the adventures of a rich and dependent girl, Ririchio, trying to make it in life by herself. However, her sharp tongue drives people away from her, typical tsundere. When she meets Saoshi, a handsome guy who clings to her, Ririchio's life begins to change. Just like Koikimo, Inu X Boku Secret Service introduces us to a male character who falls for a young girl. He helps her with her problems and looks a great deal after her. The female protagonists in both shows are annoyed by the behavior of their respective love interests, but begin to grow feelings for them with time. One is a popular girl who is often the center of attention in class activities. The other is a lonely guy who tends to keep to himself most of the time. How, then, will Hari and Miyamura's love story begin? It turns out that they do share a similarity. Both led a life outside that is entirely different from the one at school. When they coincidentally discover each other outside school, they hit it off. Soon, a cute friendship turns into a budding romance. However, this is just the beginning. If you're looking for some realistic romance with a cute couple and lots of wholesome scenes, Horimiya is as good as it gets. Hari and Miyamura face various challenges in the high school setting, from misunderstanding to jealousy and insecurity. Will their relationship power through the test of time? Do you guys enjoyed the list of top 10 anime similar to Koikimo, or find a new anime to watch? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell for more anime content like this. Take care and I'll see you on the next video. See ya.